Hello world, my name is Danominator, and boy do I have a lot of updates to share with you. It's only been like a year since my last core video, and now that the Sonic movie review is up, I'm realizing maybe I should have done an update first. Nah. Now let me tell you, the past couple months that you haven't seen a regular video from me haven't been for nothing. As a matter of fact, I've been doing so much that I've had almost no time to sit down in front of an editor, which is weird for me because I do want this to be my career. First, I started having issues with my hard drive towards the end of the semester when I was trying to make video projects for the class where I was taking video editing. And then the hard drive decided to die on me in the last day of the semester while I was editing my final project, because of course it did. So yeah, you know, just another day in paradise. But it doesn't matter to me now because I'm back, and yes, I have lost a lot of projects and other files that I really wanted on that thing. I'm gonna work on getting them back as soon as I can because there are some videos I'd like to get back from it, but for now, it's time to move forward. And boy, I can't wait any longer. There's so much to talk about. Now, in case you haven't noticed, I've been going through a bit of a rebrand with my channel and trying to give it more of an identity of sorts. I'm redesigning my icons, I'm getting help from friends as far as making everything look like its own. I talked about this briefly in the Sonic movie review, but honestly, I've kind of been keeping myself from video editing, not just because of the issues I've had, but just so many things keeping me down, and I'm tired of that. We're having so many issues in the world right now as it is. If I let this stuff keep me down for as long as I have, I'm never going to make any more interesting videos again. So I think it's time to just go for it. And starting with that, I think it's time to announce my third channel. Yes, I have 3 now. Danominator is my main channel of me talking about video games, TV, music, and what have you. I don't know, I'm not going to limit it to those core factors, but generally you can expect discussions and reviews, stuff like that. You know, just me goofing around, having a good time, getting in front of a camera, getting myself more comfortable with talking. And maybe eventually writing scripts. Yes, I am working on that. I would like to start doing scripted reviews and other videos so that I have a bit of a format, but I also don't want to limit myself to that, so I don't know, I kind of like this open-ended idea. I think it's gotten me pretty far, and honestly, when did I hit 150? You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me that people will actually sit down in front of a computer or what have you and watch some guy ramble on about a movie for a half an hour plus. That's... You guys are incredible, thank you. My second channel, DanWorks, is something I've kind of lost track of. I did sort of want to make it a big portfolio of professional content, but I'm not sure I have that much content to show. I did have content I wanted to put up on it, but unfortunately, most of it was denied. I have made quite a bit of promotional material for my school in previous years and for small businesses, but most of those projects aren't allowed to be shown on the channel, so I can't use them for my little online portfolio, much less show them to other potential people, colleges, anything. Kind of leaves me out in the open, and now that those projects are on my hard drive, it's even harder to access them now. So, DanWorks, I don't know what's going to happen to it. I'd like to make an R2-D2 Goes to Spruce Lake 3. If you haven't seen the first 2, I would really recommend checking them out. They're kind of me just doing my best to tell a short story and have a good time with it. Also, those 2 films are made in the course of a week, music, editing, everything, and I'm amazed they turned out as well as they did because, to be honest, they're not the pinnacle of filmmaking, but I still had tons of fun with them. If you haven't given them a look yet, please do. I think you might enjoy what you see. And now it is finally time to announce the third channel for Danominator, which is Danominator Soundtracks. Danominator Soundtracks is a place where I can share obscure media with the world. Anything that might have been lost to time can now be brought back here. Mainly video game soundtracks. If you think about it, video game music is one of the least shared forms of media out there. Unlike movie soundtracks, which usually get official release, a lot of games never have their music shared anywhere but the game. I remember as a kid there was this game I loved to play called Lionel Trains on Track DS, and the music was something that really stuck with me. Now, looking back, it wasn't anything phenomenal, but it still stuck out to me as memorable because I was a kid and I loved the game. So, it was kind of interesting. Back when I wanted to listen to the music again, I had to pop in the game and open it and just let it play. Now, with the internet, things are a lot more accessible, and we have a lot more tools available to us to make these sound files convertible into something that any music player can just plug in and use. That's what I want to do. The DS, the 3DS, and plenty of other consoles have music that has yet to be shared from games that people loved and may have forgotten over time. I want to bring these soundtracks into the light again, starting with Chibi Robo Photo Finder, a game near and dear to my heart, starring a character near and dear to my heart. Chibi Robo Photo Finder is a Nintendo 3DS eShop exclusive, and the game features the use of the 3DS camera in order to take pictures of real-world objects and turn them into in-game nostalgia to keep a museum running. I made a few commercials about it a few months ago, I think. You can check them out on this channel if you're interested. The game's concept is very unique, and while I'm not going to review the whole game here, I will say that it's definitely worth checking out if you like taking pictures and working with stuff like that. It definitely has quite a few issues here and there, but especially for a Chibi Robo game, it's incredibly unique. Even for the 3DS, I've never seen anything else quite like it. And the soundtrack is phenomenal. I love this thing to death. It's so unique and has a lot of different elements going for it. Now, previously, this soundtrack was only available through one or two small outlets on the internet, and most of them didn't sound very good. Thanks to one of my friends, Jimsay, who I'll put up a link on the description or something like that, I was able to get the files for this game and properly tag them. In other words, I was able to add the correct information so that people could look in this song and see, oh, here's who wrote it, here's what game it's from. I was able to give them proper album art. This was an incredibly long project over the course of many months of launching the game and finding what sounds came from what part of it. This was quite a strenuous project for me, and it took up a fair amount of my time, but it was 100% worth it. And believe it or not, the soundtrack isn't technically complete. This game has a couple of songs where the music changes depending upon what situation you're in, which is called dynamic music. It is not fun to edit together. Basically, a lot of these songs have different individual pieces playing over top of the main song whenever you're performing one of these actions, meaning if you want them to play together, you have to put all these little pieces together over the main song. It's not easy, but it's completely worth it in the end, especially when it reminds you of how much fun you had playing the game and performing that action. It's a little complicated, I know, but to people who've played the game, you'll understand what I mean. It really does make all the difference. Take the title screen of Photo Finder, for instance. We see Chibi Robo running up to move the logo in a 360-degree angle, and as he moves, you see his little steps making sounds. That's so cool! But when you take the song out, you actually don't hear those at all in the raw file. The sound effects have to be placed individually. Not only that, the notes they play are random. Every time! So technically I can't recreate the original version of this track because it doesn't exist. However, using what little knowledge I have of the game... Okay, never mind. I've actually researched a lot of it. I can basically recreate a kind of title screen that includes these steps and includes the little harmonies in there. That kind of thing is super special to me. Now, I have released an album of Chibi Robo Photo Finder, and it is mostly complete, but it's missing a few tracks like this that take a lot more work. Also, I haven't been able to release it in any other format besides MP3. So Danominator soundtracks and, well, all of the people included with that, are helping right now to work on making this album the very best it can be, upgrading it to 2.0. This will include album medleys that weren't available before, and more types of dynamic music. And after that, wow, we've got a long list to work on. There are so many soundtracks people haven't heard, and I want these to be known, so I think this channel's gonna do really well over time. Not only am I going to make the albums available for download, I'm going to put every song online as an individual video so you can add your favorites to a playlist or just listen to it all online. But what's in store for this channel? I mean, it has been a year, right? Well, there's a lot of topics to talk about, and especially now that so many movies are being delayed, I feel like I might actually have time to talk about them before they release. Imagine that! One thing that's really coming to mind is Sony's Connected, which is a new animated feature coming out from them eventually. There's a lot of aspects about it when watching this trailer that made me think of so many discussion topics. I just want to talk about them all, but I can't do it in one day. So, I'm not sure how frequently I'm going to be releasing videos on this channel. I never have been. It'd be cool if I could get a quality thing out every once a week, but I'm not sure that's completely feasible for me. Maybe every 2 weeks. This means so much to me to be back in front of a camera just talking and showing off the things that I can do and what I have to share with the world. I've been holding myself back, like I said, and I'm done. It's time to get moving again. So I hope you're all looking forward to whatever is in store for this channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next core video.